Hello, today I'd like to demonstrate you how you can implement a HANA database in VMware and also simulate the multi-node scale-out environment. As this slide indicates, first of all, you need to prepare a shared storage. Commonly, it could be network file server or using Veritest cluster file system with a high availability. And the file system is only requires just one, which is a /SAP mount in this demonstration. And sometimes people prefer to using /SAP /user/SAP. Okay, and so this file system going to be visible and accessible, complete read and write permissions among these three servers above it. And on the top of the day here, in your environment, you better have a named load balancer, so the users or application, when they access those HANA servers, they can spread out in the different workload. Okay, next I'm going to demonstrate you the VMware environment. Currently, I have three simulated blade servers configured under this VMware workstation. And let's check out each server configuration. The first one, the name HDB NFS, because you need to also simulate the NFS file server. So you need additional 100 gig, which is a /SAP mount we mentioned in the slide. Okay, over here, let me see the we mentioned here the NFS. So in this simulation, we are going to simulate NFS, and this NFS is reside in HDB NFS server. So that's why we need another 100 giga and 40 giga, which is basically is for root. And memory, I only configure 8.8 gig. That's my testing to figure out that's the minimum required to have a HANA up and running properly. If you have a lower memory, which is you might risk certain processes probably not going to run it properly. And okay, let's move on to the second one. You can see it's exactly identical. The only thing different is it only has a root disk of 40 gig. Okay, the third one, you can see also identical, only 40 gig root disk. So we have a three server, and the operating system I have implemented here is /11 and patch level 1, and the memory wise you can see it's 8.8 gig. Okay, and disk wise I have this NFS mount file system going to be shared by another two server. And oh, sorry, I should click here, okay, to show you. Anyway, they all have the same operating system implemented. I just simply to duplicate them. Let's check this memory and disk. Okay, here is a physical reside in this HDB NFS server. Okay, and before we start to implement something, we need to make sure the script won't block your implementation. You know, in the installation script, you will check the vendor and model of your blade or server. It must be meet certain criteria and certain vendor names. So we have to bypass that. By doing that, we need to modify the file, which is currently I have the installation CD here, which is under server directory, and you can see here there's a HANA hardware check. Okay, it's a Python script. I have changed that beforehand, so you can see that right now I just added this line, kind of bypass the check. Okay, and following is not hard to read. You can see those are qualified manufacturer, and likewise down the road you can see there's a hardware information, the product name, model name. Okay, so all you have to do just hard code it right before it. Okay, that's you need to bypass. So once you have that ready, and you go back to your installation kit, and the installation, you can pretty much just run this command to install it. Okay, so it will give you start to ask a certain question. In this case I using SAP mount. The rest will pretty much straightforward, and the configuration probably going to take 20 to 30 minutes, depends on your VMware capacity. And so beforehand I already have this implemented already in the first server, so I'm not going to run again, otherwise you will give me error, of course. So once this is complete, you can try to start your HANA database. It will create based on your instance name. In my case, it create a HDB ADM, HDB, which is the HANA instance name. Okay, and either you can start SAP to bring up, or in this case I'm going to use the new command, which is a HDB start. Okay, you see database is up and running. So I'm going to bring the HANA Studio, connect the very first node before we proceed in the second node. Okay, this is a HANA Studio implemented on any PC. So first of all, either you can click here to add a new system, or you just click here and say HDB. Okay, the instance number I took a default. Okay, HDB and VMware. Oh, sorry. This first one I should give it a host name, which is a HDB and FS. Okay, so we need to log in as a system. So you can see here it get connected. So I'd like to show you the admin mode. If you have been using Eclipse environment, I think you're pretty familiar with those point and click location. There's a different perspective you can switch. At this time, I have been using this administration console, so it gives me this mode, and you can see here give me some warning message. Some service are not started, and because in this environment already is a multiple node environment, you can see right now I only bring out HDB NFS node, and another 2 nodes I already installed, but they are still down. So let's move on to the next.